I need help with PS4 PSN troubleshooting.
You may want to go to Settings, Network, Test Internet Connection and verify you can connect to the Internet and PSN.
I rank that right up there with going and checking if the PSN site is up, and they both are.
Try switching games, because it may just be the game server.
I'm getting intermittent connection problems on everything.
Reboot the router, reboot the console, reboot your Wi-Fi if you're using that and hope it all works.
I never thought I'd say this, but Microsoft was better. It only asked me to power cycle the Xbox One.
If the problem is your router, restarting it is the simplest thing you can do. Trying to update its firmware and reviewing settings for an ideal configuration is more challenging.
Set it to Net 2 and not Net 1. Open the ports to the PSN servers for the games I like and not anything else.
The challenge is keeping the ports up to date with your game preferences. But you do have to punch the holes in your firewall so that the console can access the game server, if you can access the internet but not the game server.
How can I tell if it's specific to one particular port?
If you can access a game that uses a server whose port you already identified in the UDP or firewall port numbers, you know it is a firewall issue. If the game that used to work despite firewall holes does not work, it is either the PS4 or PSN.
That does not narrow it down very much.
If you have issues caused by the latest update, power cycle the console. And if you get the DNS server not specified error, power cycle the console.
And if that does not work, worry that there are too many people on PSN for me to connect.
One possible reason for why the connection is failing is that the packets are timing out before the router and console can process them. Go to Settings, Network, set up Internet Connection, Custom and set MTU to 1476.
I think the value it is currently is 1500. Why that number?
Sony officially endorses the fix. But you can set it to 1473 instead, since some people said that worked.
This feels like a number guessing game.
You should also check the friends list on the PlayStation 4. That's a better indicator of whether you're connected to PSN than a connectivity check.
Yeah, because then I can ask them if they're having problems too.